Aloha, Hugh O'Reilly from Maui with Berkshire Hathaway, and it's time to review the numbers, see where we're at since a month since I last spoke with you. At that time, the golf courses were still open. Shortly thereafter, they did close, and they did reopen again this week. So Maui overall has done a spectacular job in flattening the curve. But then in looking at it, that's pretty simple when you just cut off all people from arriving here. So the only cases that we've had have been predominantly from people returning to the Hawaiian Islands, residents who have picked it up. And then we did have one outbreak at our medical facility, but again, that's been contained, and now we've gone several days with one or zero cases. So we are starting to reopen. Stores and shops will open up on Monday with lots of conditions. Still lots of facilities, pools and things are not open. But because it's really our own population circulating amongst ourselves, even if a case pops up here and there, there's lots of capacity in our facilities and equipment. We haven't seen any shortages of food or anything else. The ships still come in delivering foods. So if there has been a place to ride this out, Hawaii's been probably as good as anywhere. The numbers will tell you that everything's just heading south in the sense that new escrows opening are grinding to a halt. Closings are predominantly from transactions that were signed and agreed upon a couple of months ago and are just getting to the ends where they have to. There have been some sales, but it's always hard to know exactly. The more recent sales, is that a family member selling to a family member? They're very few and scattered, so really hard to understand. So I think in another month we'll probably have a better picture of kind of where the market stands, and I suspect it's just going to stay dormant until such time as we can really see the economy and tourism. It's interesting. I participated in a Zoom conference with over 40 professionals from across the Hawaiian Islands. So there was one of our favorite economists who works with the Real Estate Association. We had brokers, escrow companies, we had lenders, you name it, they were there, and there was about 12 speakers. And there really were some interesting takeaways from that. Obviously, everyone's is pretty much the same. Oahu, for instance, only 15% of its economy is tourism, where Maui is about 45%. So, and that's in the outer islands. That's probably pretty similar. So we're taking it very, very hard from unemployment. Where we saw some silver linings, and I didn't see this coming, is the wealthy are looking to purchase homes with a minimum of an acre. They're looking for security and privacy. There's people out looking to buy land, lots of it, venture capitalists, other people, because if this is a reoccurring issue, then these people are going to come here. They're going to quarantine in on the Hawaiian Islands and just virtually work from home, bring their families here. My neighbors, I watched them. He's in contracting. He sent his whole family and his wife and 4 daughters, and they did their 2 weeks, and now they're homeschooling. I see them from their lanais, and they're going out and going to the beach and doing their things, because at home they'd be pretty restricted to what they could do. So this is as good or better a place. If there was a unique couple of properties, one that I would consider if you haven't thought about this in the past, and it's not one that I usually promote, but I think this opportunity is unique, is the coffee plantation. Think of it as like a vineyard, except they're growing coffee. The lots are 4 to 7 acres in size. Every owner is given an acre to build on. You can have an ohana or a standalone suite of significant size, which you can be renting, and you can long-term rent the main house if you chose. The cost there is under $1 million with spectacular views. Cost of maintenance and ownership, the land will be taxed as agricultural until you build it, so that's $25 a year, so it's super cheap. And then the homeowners association is not a big carry, because the coffee farm is actually growing crops on your property, and because of the profits they've been making, they've been subsidizing or paying back pretty much the whole strata or HOA fee. So if you purchase the land, the actual cost of carrying it is very, very low. Contractors are working, and so building now is a great time. So if you bought, probably take you from start to finish a couple of years. We would be out You could have a beautiful home, probably be able to have your pick of contractors. So I see a real upside to that, and I think when I look at other places and for $1 million what you get and what you get here, I think land value is extremely low, and I've been saying that for several years. And there are other locations, but the coffee plantation is just one that's unique. So one for consideration. If you have any questions, contact me. I can be reached at my email, hugh@hughO'Reilly.com. And if you want to follow my newsletter, just go to hughO'Reilly.com and register there. All right, aloha, and we'll talk to you next month.